read that correctly. 100% is making snow goggles now. If you are unfamiliar with 100%, they are probably best known for their motocross, their MX goggle lineup, which they make amazing goggles for the motocross world. Also, they started making amazing sunglasses just a few years ago. I mean, who knows? Time flies now. But it's relatively recent. They're definitely known primarily for their MX goggles. And finally, we're getting some snow goggles. And this is very exciting, and I want to talk to you about it. What's interesting about this, in terms of other snow goggle reviews that we've done, is that we haven't actually gotten to try these on the mountain yet. It is brand new. They are just coming out on the market now. They weren't available even early last year when there was still snow. And so it's a little odd. We have not had a chance to try these out in the snow, but knowing what we know about goggles, being in the goggle world for so long, we know what to look for. And also we know that we can rely on 100% quality because, like I said, they aren't new to goggles in general, just snow goggles. One of the things I want to make clear is that they aren't just motocross goggles with a dual layer lens slapped onto it. They actually did go through 2 years of R&D to make sure that these are premium snow goggles. And so I want to tell you what to expect out of them. We have 4 models this season. We have the Ocon or Okan. I don't know how they want us to pronounce it, but that's what that is. We have the Snowcraft XL, then the Snowcraft, and then we have the Norg, the goggle I'm probably the most excited about this season because it is so unique. Okay, before I get into it, something I do want to mention to you, being Eyeglass Tyler, is our prescription insert. If you are a prescription wearer like myself, for me, this is a game changer. If you are a prescription wearer, you either wear contacts and they're not great for you, you suffer with jamming your glasses inside of a goggle, maybe you've even damaged your glasses before, this is an awesome solution. We actually design these, we manufacture them, not only as snow enthusiasts, snowboarders, skiers here, but also as opticians, which I think is super important. You can find generic ones out there, but these actually are designed by opticians with prescription in mind. And we make multiple models, different designs so that they fit better in the goggles. We don't like the idea of a universal insert because you're going to make sacrifices there. So we have about a dozen inserts that fit immaculately well. And so don't sleep on this. If you're a prescription wearer, this can be a game changer for you as well. We have reviews actually on each one of these goggles individually. So if you feel like I didn't go into as much depth as you would like in a goggle that you're interested in, check those out because those are available as well. But let's start with the Okan. Okan, I don't know, I'll say Ocon. How about we settle on something? So this is their introductory goggle. This is their kind of more price point goggle. What's cool is that they did not skimp out on features. A lot of brands will put in their introductory goggle and they won't give you more premium features, but they did in this case. So you have an awesome goggle that is meant to be a little more accessible to everyone. You're still getting premium face foam. You're getting a triple layer face foam with that layer toward you. And this is all of these, by the way. That layer that makes contact with your face being that nice, supple micro fleece that's also moisture wicking, that gets that moisture off your face and away from the lens, minimizes fogging. Lots of great ventilation in this. Also, you are getting their premium lens. By the way, speaking of premium lens, it's their Hyper technology. If you are familiar with 100%, I'm certain that you've heard of that before. They did optimize these for the snow, of course. They're snow goggles, so they took their Hyper tech and they fine-tuned it for snow environments. So I'm really looking forward to trying these out on the mountain because I already love Hyper tech and I can't wait to see what they did for it in the snow conditions. And you do actually get a Hyper lens in the Ocon. You only get one though, so it is still a price point goggle, so you only get a single lens. All these other ones actually come with a backup lens. So you get a lens good for bright conditions and another lens good for lower light conditions. And that'll be the case for these following 3, but for this guy, you're gonna have to pick. You can, by the way, if you're loving this goggle and you do want a second lens, you can order additional lenses. So that is still available for the Ocon. Next up, we have the Snowcraft. I'll talk about these together because really effectively you have the same goggle, Snowcraft, and then the Snowcraft XL. If you are, again, familiar with 100%, this lens shape might look kind of familiar. And the name as well, because it is a part of their craft collection, as you might want to say. It makes its way now into the snow world, that craft collection. Think the Speedcraft, the Hypercraft. You're definitely getting that same lens silhouette here in the Snowcraft, and that's really cool. The differences between these, you get a little bit of a difference in the venting design because this is a larger goggle. The venting layout is a little different, so you can distinguish between the two. Let's count it, 2, 4, 5 vents here. And then it's just a little bit different of a layout. And then in the non-XL, you have 2, 4, 6, 7. It is a little easier to distinguish between the two outside of one being larger. Obviously the XL is larger. But what's cool about this, what they did in the design is actually the non-XL and the XL both take the same lens. Not sure what practical use you're gonna get from that, to be totally honest with you, unless you're in a household where one person wears the XL and another person wears the non-XL. You can get a bonus lens that both of you can benefit from. I don't know, kind of cool though that they thought about that when they were designing this goggle. And I don't want to get too into depth. If you're looking for more info, check out those individual reviews. And now last but certainly not least, we have the Norg. Like I said, I'm the most excited about this goggle because it's extremely unique. I think I have earned an eye for goggle design now because I've been looking at them for so long. For 7+ years, I've been staring at goggles, evaluating them, comparing them with one another. Really unique design, especially in this lens shape. So what you're getting with this goggle is a cylindrical lens design. And by the way, I didn't mention that, but all of these are cylindrical lens designs. But this is especially unique because of where the goggle lens flares out here. As you can see, it almost kind of doubles as a little bit of a nose guard, but also it looks freaking cool. I don't know, I really like the design of this. It is very unique. I've never seen another goggle like that, except actually they innovated this design with one of their MX goggles, which is actually my favorite MX goggle, called the Armega. So that is something that they've done before, but now you're getting it in the snow world. The other part that I like about this design is the bezeled edge on the top of the goggle. It kind of gives it sort of an infinity pool look. Not only is it totally rimless, but it also just seems to go on forever because of the way that it bevels off of the top. The other benefit to that is that you get a little more torsional stiffness. They call it their 3D plane molded tech because the other thing to note is that this is a magnetic design. So the lens is attached to the goggle with only magnets. And the problem with that can be occasionally is when you twist a goggle on an only magnetic lens is that the lens can pop off. But because of that 3D plane molded tech design, you get a little more torsional stiffness. So it's not as prone to popping off even as the goggle gets a little bit twisted. And then another tech to be aware of, I said it's all magnets. They actually have a thing they call gravitate because there are 8 magnetic touch points on this goggle. Super easy interchange on this guy. And like I said, these guys all come with a bonus lens. This one especially is easy to swap out. And when it comes to sizing, I'll do a quick overview of all of these guys. The Okan comes in at a pretty solid medium. The Snowcraft is a good medium to large. I think this is a pretty relatively universal fit. Snowcraft XL, of course, larger. It's going to be in that large to even extra large range. And then when it comes to the Norg, this is a pretty solid large fit. I think I could get away with wearing this even though I'm more of a medium, solid medium. And that's the thing I want to note about sizing. When it comes to sizing, snow goggles are very forgiving when it comes to sizing. I think that you can go a little too small as long as you don't have gaps in the foam. They're flexible. They kind of give you a little bit more leeway when it comes to sizing. But anyway, that's what you can expect out of these in regards to sizing. So that pretty well wraps up the lineup. It is really exciting. It's not every year that we get a new goggle model, but even rarer do we get a whole new goggle collection. And so this is very exciting. I hope you're as excited as I am now. And if you're a fan of 100% and also a fan of the snow, you should be extremely excited. Now that you know what to expect out of their lineup, check out the lens guide that we did to know which lens would be perfect for you. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, give us a like because that helps us out. You can subscribe to get more content just like this. We have awesome stuff. Also, check us out on our social media outlets because we have good content there too, and I think you would like it. Thank you for watching.